The Dubois County Airport Authority is moving forward with a key project. We'll have more on plans for Runway 9, plus Carrie Schneider is back with our friends from the Dubois County Humane Society, and Tri-County YMCA Executive Director Mike Steffi is our guest tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with the Dubois County Airport Authority's decision to move ahead on a key runway project at the Huntingburg Airport. At their November meeting, the board gave its approval for offering a bid of $4,500 for a land easement near the airport. The land, which is located just west of the airport across Highway 231, is a roughly 2-acre strip in the airport's protected airspace. The Dubois County Airport Authority, or DCAA, needs the easement in order to remove obstructions for aircraft that would land on the Huntingburg Airport's runway from the west. That area includes light towers that were required by the Federal Aviation Administration about 20 years ago. However, under new guidelines, the FAA now considers those towers as an obstruction, and they will now have to be removed along with an area of trees. Those obstructions have been preventing corporate jets from landing at the airport during poor weather at night. Mabel Bartle, the owner of the land, would retain the right to use the land under the terms of the board's offer. Bartle did, however, make the board a counteroffer of $6,000, which the board agreed to accept in order to avoid any extra costs, such as litigation fees down the road. DCAA President Michael Cummings says finalizing the purchase is a huge step in moving forward with the runway project.
We're looking to secure an easement to where we can restore, the area on the west side of 231 with our runway back to full usage. And so we need to remove trees and remove the towers. And in order to do that, we needed to have an easement to complete that work. And we did offer. We made an offer to the property owner. They rejected our offer, came back with a counter offer that we thought was agreeable, and we accepted that offer.
Cummings says the airport authority would have to work out a final purchase agreement and administrative settlement, which they directed board attorney Phil Schneider to prepare before completing the purchase. Cummings says once the purchase is complete, the towers and trees will be removed in order to restore the area for easier access by aircraft. In other news this evening, a project in the city of Jasper has been put on hold following concerns over the plans. At this morning's Jasper Board of Public Works meeting, Mayor Terry Seitz expressed his concerns about plans surrounding the installation of fiber optic cable between German American's downtown location and Kimball International's plant on 15th Street. The board heard from Coy Sampson of Lewin Line Construction, who was subcontracted by Windstream Communications to do the work. Sampson stated that the crews doing the cuts in the street didn't know how many cuts would be needed in the street to put in the new fiber optic line. He also stated that the project may have been slightly rushed due to an aggressive timeline for completion. Now, Jasper police received several complaints over the weekend about one particular cut along the westbound lane of 15th Street, which several residents hit with their cars because it was not filled in properly by the contractor. Seitz says communication between the city and the contractors on plans for any project is the key to avoiding problems.
Having a plan is better than no plan at all, and not having a plan that's shared, of which this one wasn't very well, gets us to the point where we are at a public meeting and we say we agree with our engineer that the project needs to be stopped until we have all parties look at this, including the eventual user, the owners, installers, and of course the city. Why that couldn't have been done beforehand? I don't know. That always mystifies me as mayor.
Seitz says the city needs to continue looking for ways to make this project and other fiber optic projects in the future work so that they can be done to city standards. Jasper Street Commissioner Ramey Eckerly also had concerns on the project after an on-call street department employee had to be taken off of another project to fill in the aforementioned cut on 15th Street with gravel. He says having to fill in cuts that aren't done properly isn't ideal.
That's a concern, and then getting them patched back in with the proper material, and then also the sidewalks, pouring sidewalks this time of year. it's not ideal. Yes, you can pour it with additives, but the scaling and everything from freeze-thaw plus salt on brand new concrete is not good. Cured concrete is fine, but not brand new. So that's our concern.
Eckerly says his department needs to know more about what is being done before newly finished streets and sidewalks are torn up for this project.
Well, we'd like to see their full set of plans and take them compared to our infrastructure and our maps, and then we'll do a little non-destruction testing in there and put a camera in the hole and find out some depths of our facilities and make sure we're all right there.
As mentioned, the project was stopped until a meeting can take place between City Engineer Chad Herm, the City Utilities Department, Kimball International, and Lewin Line Construction, among others. Last night, the Dubois County Council held the first of its 2 meetings this month. The council spent last night's meeting approving claims and holding a further discussion on the financial issues surrounding the Dubois County Community Corrections Program. The biggest claim to be approved by the council last night was $80,000 towards improvements to the county's emergency communications system. The money will be utilized to do a study concerning simulcasting of the county's emergency personnel pager system. Currently, emergency personnel are dealing with various dead zones throughout Dubois County, which have caused some problems with communication, especially between the 911 dispatch center and local police and fire units. County Commissioner Larry Vollmer brought the proposal for simulcasting forward during last month's council meeting. Also, as mentioned, the council held a brief discussion surrounding the financial issues at the County Corrections Center. Several members of the council expressed their relief that the center recently received $200,000 in funding from the state. However, they also understood that the fix is not necessarily a permanent one for the financial woes of the center. The County Council is set to meet again on Thursday, December 26th at 6 p.m. at the County Courthouse Annex. Coming up after the break, Carrie Schneider is back with our friends at the Dubois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring Tri-County YMCA Executive Director Mike Steffi. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.